Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Lord of the Rings Online. We are here at Thranduil. I'm not sure how to say that, but I've started chapter 6 now. We have a quest actually for the summer festival. Let's quickly accept that if we can. If it lets us finally do that, please, thank you. And we'll accept that and complete it for a little bit of free experience. And we have not enough room to do what we need to do. Mainly because this Minas Morgul stuff is now in our inventory. So 118,000, we'll get rid of that party tree map because we also have our Hobbit gifts. So we got a remote quest, remove that from tracker. We also have titles awarded to us. I'm going to go for all that in a different video, but that's for the Minas Morgul bundle that we now have in our inventory. Clearly I don't have enough inventory slots to go and send that over or use that at the moment, so we're holding off for now. We also have some mail, which is actually rejected mail from myself, so let's get rid of that as well. Okay, let's get on to our Hobbit gift of the day and of the week, and then we're going to journey to where we need to journey to, which looks like it's about 2,500 meters away. We meant to do that. We need to do that, rather. And then I can get Stable Master at least, and then we should all be good. But Hobbit gift of the day and of the week. Gonna be a decorated heritage rune of knowledge, which is gonna go in that same slot, which is fine. And our gold gift is going to be a massive pile of gold scraps, which is 3 gold for us. So that will put us up to 424 gold, which I need to find ways of using. So you guys have some quests and stuff. You're all level 115. We are actually really close. Like, I've been saying this for ages, but roughly every quest is giving us about 250,000 XP, a little bit less. That should be about, including killing enemies, which we will inevitably have to do, it's going to be about 5 quests until we're to level 115. Now, the moment we get to level 115 as well, we're going to be able to get some nice new stuff. What on earth is happening with my war steed? I apparently can't jump off here. That's interesting. Okay, let's get onto a proper path. But yeah, as soon as we get to level 115, it's going to allow us, obviously, I've mentioned this before, a lot of new armor, weaponry, but also something I've realized recently is at level 115, we should be able to get new food. And then once again, I think at level 116, we also get some newer food. So we're currently still running with our level 100 stuff, which, don't get me wrong, is good. Please don't die. Oh, thank God. Which, don't get me wrong, is good stuff. Like, it does a good job. It does what it needs to, especially with the critted stuff. But obviously, we want to get, you know, if we can get better stuff, that's definitely what we need to go after. So once we are level 115, I'm just going to do this sort of like, I feel like I'm just going to go out and try and get as much as I can. 116 is also going to be a great time because, I think I just said it, 116 also gets us new food after level 115 because of, you know, previously 115 was the level cap, and then, you know, so there was stuff for level 115 and then it went to level 120. So level 116 stuff, it's like a minimum use level. You have to be minimum at level 116 to use it. Which, you know, will take a while, obviously, but we should be able to use that. That'll be even better. And then, obviously, we can also increase our, you know, new armor and stuff alongside getting to 116 and doing epic battles will also give us, like, that extra jump from 115 to 116 weaponry and stuff, which will be quite cool. This place really doesn't feel like it has pathways. Like, it has these, but it's really dark. And obviously I've never been here before, so I'm kind of lost. Not lost. I just don't know where I'm going. So I'm literally going to follow this, like, road to a T. Which is one of the great things, again, about having a map that doesn't take up your entire screen, is you can still control your character whilst, you know, consulting the map, which is good. I'm going to see if I can kind of just cut across. It looks like it's going to be a little bit difficult, but if we save just that little bit of time by cutting across, then I'm totally up for doing it, because it's a bit of a pain sometimes when you got all these winding roads. In fact, can we actually go around this way? Like, as the crow flies. I might have to... Whoa, this place is very wooded. With massive trees. I feel like it may be faster to do this, but at the same time I'm having to go slower on my horse so I don't run into everything. Got some roots attacking us, but I think we're good. I think I'm stuck. I'm gonna have to dismount. Or not. Apparently I didn't dismount, but I did save myself, and I've got... This place is getting scary. All this to get a little bit quicker. And we died. Oh wait, no, we've not died. We just have a lot of Shadow of Mordor on us. I'm gonna try and jump. And the moment I can get out of water, I should be able to outrun them. Especially being at that low. Press onwards. Oh no, there we are. This was a terrible idea. We're definitely gonna die. This was not a great idea. But hopefully, it's sort of taken us to a good place. I'm not sure if it is better off us going behind where we are now and going for that campfire. It could be worth it. But also, I think, you know, why don't we just get the stable master? So I'm just gonna go with that, you know. I feel like this has taken far too long to go over here. I probably should have started over there, let's be honest. But, you know, if it means we have to have today be a little bit of a longer episode, so be it. To make up for it, I've got the time. Let's do it. Why not? Because I feel like it's a little unfair. You don't want to watch a video of just me walking around for 15 minutes. Well, sort of what I do sometimes. But, yeah, don't want me just following a pathway for 15, 20 minutes. The light, I can't remember the keys to turn off your lantern, but it's kind of making weird shadows. Is it like Alt F10 or something? I don't trust myself because I feel like I'm going to accidentally press like a key combination. You are lured off the path by the light of torches. No, I wasn't. Don't know what you're on about. Never happened. Hey, it's a person. It's weird. You don't like. I like being in the newer areas. Like obviously the whole Minas Morgul thing, like pre-sales are on, and as you've seen, I've bought it. But I'm so used to not seeing people, which is really weird for like obviously an MMO. But I've spent so long in like places that people aren't really in, because there's so many areas and so like only a certain amount of players. Please don't tell me we've got another set of these things. Oh, we do. They love these quests, don't they?
Years flowed by once more, and we tended to our woodland realm, forgetting friendship, emeralds, and grievances for the time. Yes, years ran together, until one day, everything changed.
Okay, so we'll be on the lookout for bark pages now. I feel like eventually I'm going to have to go back to Mordor and just collect all these new pages. I wonder what would happen if I deleted the quest. If I like got rid of the quests, would it bring those back? I'm not sure. Nonetheless, most important thing of today is done. That is, we now have a stable master to and from this area, which is good. I did have a quick look at the end of last episode. It looks like these Northern Mirkwood areas do not go back to Bree, which is a little awkward. But maybe Dale goes back to Bree. No, we can go to Galtrev and stuff. South Bree, yeah, South Bree. Yeah, as soon as we can get to Dale, then we're pretty fine, because that way we can obviously jump to and from really, really quickly. We have another page as well.
Time went on. To the great Greenwood we came, and sorrow and misfortune ever at our heels. Finally, to caverned Felagirth, near Erebor, and so, near to dwarves.
Okay, so Limlang, you're who we need to talk to.
The king himself told us to expect you.
And to hasten you to him when he arrived, or I arrived. There'll be a time to explore the halls and at your leisure. For now, find King Thranduil. Thranduil? Yeah, I can say words properly. His throne in the northeastern chamber, and be welcome. I feel like what I need to do is like go through like an audiobook of all the books just to see how pronunciations are done. Sometimes the game allows me to do it. It'll be like, you know, Horachel and I don't know, Forachel's the only one that I can think of that's like, I always used to say it wrong. But sometimes I have real trouble saying a name and then it says it in like an instance and it's real great because I'm like, haha, I know how to say it now. Or it says a character says it. But yeah, I feel like I need to just go through like as much, instead of reading it myself, get it spoken to me how it should be said. So I can actually say these words, because I butcher like most of the things I say in this series, and it's not great. With what, 519 episodes in, and I'm still saying things wrong. I'm probably still saying comb wrong, and archets, and well, archet. Oh, it's fine. I don't know if it's comb or coom or what. Well, this place is big. Felagoth, Halls of the Elven King. Some nice looking places though. So one of the lovely things about this game is just like the work, like this. Look at this. I just love it. It's great. It's one of my favorite things about this series is just, especially now with its stuff we haven't done before, is coming to new places and seeing these new things. It's really, really cool. And then we have the throne with the stairs. It feels like I'm in Thorin's Hall once again. Where are your friends now? What are they doing? Demanded Thranduil. Hi, Legolas. It's weird having stuff in blue instead of white. So I'm going to talk to you to complete the introduction quest, which does give me experience. I didn't actually expect it to do that. We got some Elves of Feragoth rep. We got 600 in total, 300 from our bonus, which is a little annoying because we really wanted to use that for, what was it? It's not Host of the West. Is that Host of the West? There was somewhere we were trying to like get up in because we wanted a travel skill. Possibly Host of the West. Or Defenders of Minas Tirith. I'm not really sure. Nonetheless, that's besides the point. We have a bark cover page, or bark page, paper page.
Listen, and you shall hear the tale of strife and friendship between elves and dwarves, circling back over the long years in the shape of a single emerald necklace.
Okay. So three pages so far without really having to kill anything. That's great. And hopefully we'll get some decent XP from this quest as well.
And to the greater wood of Erin Lasgalan.
Enjoy the comforts of my halls and the conversation of my people, my scholars. Study the artifacts from Dol Guldur, and if any sign of the Bugdatish is found, you will be called. You express your concern about keeping artifacts from Dol Guldur within these halls. You're wise to be wary, but my people have much experience facing the corruption of Sauron. Did they not resist its influence for many years of darkness that gave this forest the name Mirkwood? They'll be vigilant now and will learn what they may safely make from these artifacts. That done, anything that cannot be cured and retained will be destroyed. Worry not on that score. Cool, I'm glad you,
I learned of something surpassingly strange.
You're not just like, you know, oh, we're too good. How dare you try and like tell us what to do? I like him, sort of. Except he demanded something of me, which I'm a little bit, about.
I am delighted to see you in my father's halls.
I think Gimli would appreciate them as well if he could put aside his grudges of his sire, who spent some time in prison in the dungeons here. Yes, I've heard the story. Gloin and the others of his company are fortunate that it was not my duty to guard their cells, or they might be there still. Such mischief might have been followed then, and it seems likely Smaug would still trouble the north. So let's be glad the watch on the dwarves was not a princely duty. That's one way of putting it, I guess. So we can talk to Gondil, Hethir, yep, and Itheron. Most likely down this way. And these are not the people I'm after. I was gonna think, is it one of those quests where you know, talk to 3 people, they give you a quest each, you can help them out and blah 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 blah. But we have one of you in here. This is King Thranduil's dining chamber, but there's no feast here today.
I fought at Dagorlad, but more than half of the Wood Elves did not return from the war.
Okay. I know one day he will depart from the Undying Lands with the rest of his kin and leave this land to be ruled by wood elves. I will celebrate his rule when the day comes and speak much praise of Thranduil Swiftstream. The day is soon approaching. So I was anticipating the day the wood elves will rule Erin Laskellen. Now where do I have to go? I have to go down a stream. Is that so? Or more likely, can I go on my horse in here? I can, I think. Okay. I was going to say, I don't want to guarantee it because there are places where you've been able to click on your horse, and not your war steed, but your actual horse, and, you know, call them, the induction for them, and then it just doesn't work. So I somewhat expected that to happen. Also, kind of thought, it reminds me very much of Thorin's Hall already, as like sort of the way it's built as a area. Like it's an internal area, but it's in a cave, so it's like, well, it's an internal area, but it's actually kind of external, so you can have your horse in it because it's so big, even bigger than Thorin's Hall. Right, we'll go up here, go back there, and then we can go back this way. That looks to be the best way of doing it, because I'm assuming you can't swim downstream. There's not also a fireplace here, or a campsite here. No, there isn't. I didn't think there would be, but this might be like the perfect place for it. Especially with the stable master being very close, you know, it kind of works. The air is cool and damp with the mist of this river channel. Yeah, so it's kind of blocked off there, so we couldn't if we wanted to.
These caverns were carefully shaped over hundreds of years.
Now their beauty is comfort for me. So too is the reminder that even amid darkness, wood elves and grey elves working together can achieve works of grace and splendour. He apologised for his sudden reticence. He will say no more. And then we have finally Gondil in the room of study. Right. Oh, a bark page, paper page. I can't say these properly.
It was a necklace of ancient make, wrought by the dwarves of old. Fine and gleaming was the gold, encrusted with 500 perfect glittering emeralds, maybe more. Perfect, wondrous, radiant.
Nice, I want this necklace. Obviously, probably not worthy. This is the room of study where scholars pore over their artifacts from Dol Guldur. So we got these like caskets of all these things, like the ornate caskets and stuff. These look to be the level 90 chests. I think it's level 90 that you have around in some areas. We have some still missing, actually. One in the Misty Mountains. Yeah, these ones still need to do. And considering they give us virtue experience of whatever we're going towards, it might be worth revisiting them in the next Deeding episode as a little extra thing. Speaking of which, what is the next one? Forkel. I remember that. That's going to be a fun one.
Our scholars hope to cleanse the artifacts brought from Dol Guldur of their evil.
Hope they prove able, for that was once our home. It's true, I speak not of the fortress. No, the fortress of Dol Guldur was wholly constructed by the servants of the enemy, but it was built upon the bones of the elf hall that once stood atop the bold hill, abandoned at the advice of Curinir the White. He believed the darkening of Mirkwood could not be slowed, and King Thranduil heeded his words and led us north beyond Agador, the narrows of the forest. Okay. She smiled sadly, remembering days before she left Carastilion. Okay, back we return then to Legolas to complete this quest. Get some decent experience from that. Considering it should be a level 115. Yep. I don't think we'll be going to level 116 for a little while. So I think most of these will just stay around 115. That is a staircase that I need to go up. So that'll be good, because obviously the higher the level though, the more XP you get, relatively. So if I'm level 114, if I have levels 116 quests, it's going to give me more than 115, obviously. But, you know, we don't want to be... Like, luckily we don't have much Shadow of Mordor, except in that river where we died. That had a bit of a Shadow of Mordor problem. But hopefully we can kind of... I've gone straight past that. hopefully now that we're in a place that isn't like Mordor itself, we're not having to worry about Light of Arendelle too much. But obviously when we get 115, we'll get that Light of Arendelle gear, and then we'll have the best of both worlds. So we'll have good armor and Light of Arendelle. Hopefully by that point it beats out this Madam Hunter's jacket. Because the fact I critted it, for obvious reasons, because it's the piece with the most armor and stats, hopefully it can be beaten out, because it is getting a little problematic that we're using 103 and 106 gear around here.
How did you enjoy your exploration of my father's halls?
It was fun. It's a very nice place. Getting a lot of inspiration for different things. I love these little chandeliers. But nonetheless, yeah. The necklace of Girion mentioned by Itheron, which is, I think, the necklace we've been hearing about in these bark pages, rather. He stares at you in silence, subjects of which my father prefers not to speak, and I will respect his wishes. I will only say this. The Gwariamir was crafted by dwarves and gifted to the bride of Thingol, my father's liege. When he was murdered, she cast it away in disgust, and it was lost to thousands of years. It came in the end to the dwarves of Erebor, and seeing it there inflamed my father's anger, as you can surely understand. When Smaug came, my father turned the dwarves away, and they became a people in exile. I'm not proud to recount this to you. The matter is resolved in time, and I do not wish to dwell upon it. There are dangers and troubles enough to face for now, without dwelling upon old injuries and half-forgotten insults.
Let us instead look to the dangers that await my people in Arian Lasgalen today.
Okay, let us do that. I'm going to go talk to whoever, see if we can complete this quest, because we spent a lot of the beginning of today just walking around and getting lost. Where is this going to be to then? Oh, 17,000 meters away. That's going to be quite a trek. Right, so let's make our way out of here. I want to get that quest done, because that puts us at 500,000 XP basically gained today. I think we're already at 500,000, but that'll mean 3 quests remaining before we level up, which will be good. Because then if we can get like at least 2 done next episode, and then 1 after that, that's 115 in 2 episodes time, or maybe 1 episode time, depending on how the coming up quests are. They generally have the same amount of XP, even if one's very simple and one's very difficult. So we could have some really like 3-4 super easy quests, like Vector, almost like, hey, go here, talk to this person. Oh, they want you to kill 5 enemies. Okay, cool. That sort of thing. Or it could just be like, hey, you have to go 17,000 meters away, which actually it wasn't. Which basically just means this area is like off to the side of the map. Oh, that's Doomfold branches. I've never seen Doomfold branches before. I've obtained some, I think. Doomfold, like, logs and stuff. Yeah, Gorgoroth wood. I wonder if it's the same wood if I were to get it, if it's Gorgoroth or if it's different named. But, yeah, it's most likely that area is, because the reason it said 17,000 meters away will be because of, like, how far, I'm gonna go in the middle here. Trying to not get dismounted was the main thing. What on earth was that? I meant to not get dismounted. I said that. Yeah, it would be like an area off the map, like super far off. It'll be like, oh, like here, 17,000 meters away, give or take. Right, back on our steed, follow the path, because we know how not following the path can go for us now. We'll get up to roughly here, I'm guessing, and then we'll have to just take a straight shot. It actually looks like that could be a pathway right there. So hopefully it is. Get back on the main path. Yeah, if it is, that'll be good. In fact, we're actually going straight off the main path, because we can just probably go directly through. You can see where the darkness is, because it's all this, like, dark wood sort of area, the corrupted enemies and such like that. So ideally we want to actually stay out of this as much as we can, but sometimes it's just going to be more beneficial for us to do that than anything else. Right. So, what I might do quickly, I'll go over there, but I'm just going to skip ahead because I've already made you watch me travel for a lot. And I don't want to die again, so I need to pay full attention. So, I'll see you in a minute when we get to the top of here and not teleport through trees. Okay, I think I'm getting close now because, well, on the map I'm close. I thought this was actually a mountain. Looks like it's actually just a bit of the land that is not there. Because basically there's this big old hill here, but I think where we're after is further down here. I think the water is where we have to watch out for, but here we are. Is that gonna... Okay, some water that isn't going to immediately make us feel the dread of Sauron. The elf scout, Gardelin, calls to Legolas warmly and waves to you. So we came with Legolas, did we? I mean, that makes sense. What doesn't make sense is how they're not helping us at all. Please, come on, please help. I'd really, you know, like that. Right, cool. Gardelin.
Any friend of the prince is friend to me also.
I bid you greetings and courtesy and safety in the wood. There are orc spies beneath the canopy of the woods, and they have stirred other creatures to wakefulness with the tramp of their filthy boots. I do not know what has brought them hither, but any errands of theirs is certain to oppose the will of Thranduil. Dinnerless went in search for them in the direction of Caras Tillon. Before you follow him, you'll slay some of the will you slay some of the foes the orcs stirred in their wake? Okay, so we need to kill some of the spiders and such, I take it. Yeah, so 8 of those. Funny you told me that before, because I just killed one. And then we're gonna, I guess, travel, well, sort of here-ish. And that is then going to be us going down there to, I guess, kill some orcs. There is no reason for us to really go anywhere, like, other than this small area, because, let's be honest, we're gonna have to come back to finish the quest with him, so there's no point in going that extra mile out just to come back, just to leave again. I don't really see why we would bother too much. I also want to see anywhere if there is a, so I can clear all, and then we can do a, what would it be? Task? I guess it would be task. Looks to be none here, but in here there is a task area. So if we can get back in there, which shouldn't be too difficult, we can have a look at some of the tasks and some of the vendor trash stuff that we can chuck in there. Now, for the moment, ideally I probably should have collected that spider quest that he had as well, come to think of it. But yeah, what I'll try and not do is, well, not get rid of any of this stuff that we're picking up now in our pending, and then we will just go and you know, go back to the task thing, check what we have enough of. Most of the time it turns out to be 10 of an item, so the moment we have 10 of something, then we will go sell that, or go put that in that quest and just get that little chunk of extra XP just to help us out. Obviously, the more we do those per day, you know, eventually we can get more task slots. We also get LOTRO points for that, which isn't a huge deal for us. But also, you know, if it gets us, let's say, 100,000 XP, and we do 5 a day, that's 500,000 XP per day extra for not that much work. So, you know, if we can just hold on to these vendor trash items before we chuck them away, like the ones we know of, the moment we get over 10 of something, head back, give it in, and then, you know, get... Obviously, I don't know if it's 100,000 XP. I'm just using that as a random number. But, you know, looking at some of the quests we've got, it seems like that could be a route, right? Please don't be... Cool, you can now attack me. It's a little annoying sometimes how an enemy's spawned there, clearly, and because of where it spawned, it gets confused, so I can't attack it. Good thing I don't have any skills that have a massive cooldown that I use, like rapid fire or something. I mean, cooldown's not terrible, it's 1.5 minutes, but it could have been a lot worse. That is one of the unfortunate things that is going to happen, though, when we get to 115 and we possibly switch out our bow, is all the extra stuff you can get from, you know, the little extra stats you get. Oh, you count. That's nice. All the little extra stats, like, you know, the... what have we got here? Like Desperate Flight, Press Onwards, cooldown, stuff like that. That's going to go. But we're going to get more damage and more morale. Some Shattered Spears as well. I mean, I'd rather keep the stuff I have for that. Too bad that stuff can't go in pending. Really. Right. Lost Broodling or Mirkwood Ambusher. But we did get a Celebrant Salve for 100, some Anorian Hides and Zircons. All Anorian stuff, but could still be useful to us. Alright. So, find Dinnerless near Carastilian in Erin Laskellan. Now, I don't know if this is going to work, but when we died, it took us about here-ish. So, Desperate Flight hopefully would take us closer. It didn't. Well, sort of didn't. We can now get a Stable Master to the other place and go pretty much directly south. Good idea. And that, in all honesty, beats the alternative, which is coming from here, going down here, or even to... We had to, like, go round, and then up here, and then through here, and then down. Whereas this one, directly down. We've very minimal amount of, you know, darkness, dark woods area. So, should be hopefully good. I mean, yeah, we're going to have these very small areas, and see, areas that instantly dismount you, even though there's very short amounts of water. Plus, War Steeds. Feels like not a great combination, but it's just going to take so much longer if we don't have a War Steed on us to actually get to these places. This is why I shouldn't do these things. This is why I should be normal and use normal steeds. But I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna continue to use my War Steed whilst I get attacked. So that's fun. Alright, stay on this path, go down there. As soon as this quest is done, we'll finish off for the day. Because, you know, we're on like half an hour now, so I said it was gonna be a... Whoa, that was awkward. Yeah, I said I was pretty much only gonna do these two anyway, but, you know. These quests are going to take a little while just because of the way they are now. Like, later quests are going to take longer to do because enemies are going to take longer to kill. Places are bigger, more ambitious sort of things. Right, so I need to get back on this pathway because I don't trust it otherwise. My one gripe about this place so far... Well, two gripes, which sort of combine into one, is just navigating through it. Because it's really dark, it's difficult to see some of the, like, you know, pathways, and also the pathways are very windy and, like, kind of all over the place. Just makes it difficult to navigate, and the darkness just doesn't help. Obviously, there's a reason for the darkness to be there. It's just frustrating. Okay, the hunter Dinnerless motions quietly to you and Legolas, drawing you near.
How has the prince fared on your journey?
If you can spare the tale long ago, at the King's request, I taught Legolas much of his woodcraft. I hope he has lived up to my high expectations. Okay. Search the Orc Spy. Oh, right there. You find a filthy parchment among the Orc's possessions. You cannot hide from me long, Kazagar. I command you to report to me when you know of this thing. What do you know of this thing? This Bugdatish at once. Delay will only deepen the punishments you will suffer. Thranduil may be dead, but if you chance my anger, you will long for his cruelest attentions. You will wistfully remember his devices in his table, his flaming brands in his cells. Return to Golgoroth and give me what I seek. Risk not the ire of Ugdakor.
The orc carried a letter from its captain? Show it to the prince.
Okay.
This letter is interesting. Are the Gurzul of whom Mithrandir speaks not united?
No, not right now. Ograkor and Kazagara are odds. The captain of the pit seeks knowledge only possessed by the Weeping Warrior. Perhaps they will draw each other's blood and save us the effort. I know that's unlikely. You'll enter Carastilian. If you enter Carastilian and defeat the foes that lurk there, it will set my mind to consider our next steps. I once called Carastilian home, and seeing enemies within brings sadness to my heart, though it has been many years since any of my people lived within its walls. So, yeah. We're going to go up here now, make the way up the path. I don't know if we have to enter it specifically. I think it's going to be its own. Like, I don't think it's going to be instance. I also noticed these. You may have just noticed them there. They look like eyes when you're like walking through this place. Like here. It's kind of creepy. But it looks like to be just obviously a ruins sort of thing. So we can just kill 10 enemies. Hopefully it doesn't take long. Go talk to Legolas. And then from that point, hopefully complete the quest. If not, we might have to just head back to Felgoth. Finish up here maybe. We'll see. Is it just going to be orcs? I feel like it's going to be orcs. But at the same time, it could be not. Because the orcs after the Weeping Warrior. Could be spiders again. We'll find out soon enough. Or spirits. That also makes sense. I really hate going against spirits. It's so awkward. I just feel like they're awkward to kill, first off, but also just the whole going invisible thing that they can potentially do. Really not fun. Really is quite annoying. Shadows of Carastilian Slayer. We need to kill 80 and 8160. That's an interesting setup for that. Some Armored Shadow. 100,000 morale. I'm going to try and stick to these spirits if I can. Hopefully we can aggro this one. I was going to say without aggroing the other. Seems to not be the case, but we can deal with it. Or not. They're going to gang up on me with the same attack again and again. The moment, obviously, we chuck down to 1v1, it's fine, because at that point we'll be safe, but I'm a little worried about having Armored Shadows, speaking of which. And that's us dead. I'm going to revive, because I feel like it's otherwise unfair for me to have to walk all the way back, but you can tell we're now having a little bit of a struggle. I mean, the first time I feel like it was just unlucky, because I didn't really realize, hey, there's, you know, 200 Shadow of Mordor here, or whatever it was. But I think also the only reason I died there is because, well, I didn't mean to get attacked by an Armored Shadow. So I'm hoping we can kind of just sneak past potentially, because I'm really worried about these. I think we should be alright. I might have to just wait for enemies to respawn. Right, nothing. Passage of Shadow is actually what we're after, because of these being spirits and all that. Also gives us a chance to regen our health. I just feel like my problem now is obviously I've got that, so I can't do it again for 2 hours. But I might be able to kill this one on his own. And then hopefully we can have some enemies respawn. But the problem is he's got Reflect. Is it Reflect? Deals shadow damage to nearby enemies. I think that's what it is. Oh yeah, 25%, yeah, 25% chance, Reflect 25%, sorry, of shadow damage on any common damage. So we do a, so that's why I'm never really going to be able to kill 2 of them, I don't think. It's just morale-wise, it's not going to work out. I'm just going to draw strength. And no, we died as well. feel like we're really at an impasse here because that's now 2 characters that I've had this happen to now in quick succession. What I might have to do, similar to what I've just done on the legendary server, is hold off for now. We've killed 3 of the enemies. We know we can kill the spirits. We're just worried about the other one. So I'm going to quickly come over to this area, pick up this campsite, see if I can sort out some gear, because I can do some epic battles hopefully and get some better stuff maybe. Now we're at 114. Maybe a new earring for this one and such. And just try and, you know, sort out that a little bit. Maybe go for a different... I don't know. There's not really much else we can do. A pocket item might be useful. Repair our armor, maybe. The problem is there's no Light of Erendil needed there, so it's not like that's holding us back. We're just kind of... We're just a little behind from where we need to be. And the problem is everything is like 116. Or 115. I can just walk through this tree apparently. Alright, I have no idea how to get to this campsite, but while we do try and make our way, I think I'm gonna have to go around this way. We'll finish off for the day. So unfortunately, we will have to wait for that to hopefully work out next episode. If it means we end up just having to kill the quiet, like not the quiet, but like the less powerful enemies, so be it, and then just have to wait for a little bit. But today's episode is getting on in time a little bit, so I don't really want to have it massively too long of me just waiting for enemies. So yeah, I'm going to go up here, get this, because I should just need to walk around this high hill now. I need to sort out stuff for Legendary Server. I'll see what I can sort out for this one. Again, if it turns out we just need to do, you know, kill some, you know, lower level ones whilst we're waiting and all that, so be it. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Nearly here, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Oh, it's so nice.